There is no wrong move unless you believe it is. Being afraid of mistakes or trying to avoid failure is basically doubting the universe's divine intelligence by thinking mistakes exist. But what if I told you that there is no such thing as failure, only evolution, transformation, expansion? An assumed wrong turn might be the exact path that leads us to something more aligned, and I'd like to bring in concepts of quantum science to further elaborate. If you just discovered my YouTube channel, welcome to Divine Magic Art, where creative minds unite and channel their divine magic to create art. My name is Melody. I'm a fashion designer, digital artist, musician, painter, creative writer. Most of you already know that I design all of the fashion that you see me modeling on Divine Magic Art. I designed this digital artwork. I also love talking about all kinds of spiritual concepts and quantum theories, so let's dive into this divine discussion. The concepts of right and wrong are not etched into the code of the universe. They are shaped by perception. What one culture rejects, another may celebrate. What one person regrets, another calls destiny. The mind decides the story. Your belief shapes your reality. And if that feels too philosophical, let's turn to science. In quantum physics, there is a principle known as quantum indeterminacy. At the subatomic level, particles don't follow a strict path. They exist in probabilities, not certainties. Until they are observed, they haven't even chosen a state. I explain the observer effect more in this video, and I'll include some of the points now. We've learned from experiments about the observer effect that a particle exists as a wave of probabilities until observed. In manifestation, your focused intention acts like an observation, narrowing infinite possibilities into a single outcome. In quantum entanglement, two particles remain connected across distance. A change in one instantly affects the other. Today we'll be talking about one of the most profound discoveries in physics, and when you look at it through the lens of consciousness, manifestation, and quantum concepts, it becomes even more extraordinary. Quantum physics tells us that everything in existence arises from an invisible energy field, the quantum field. This field contains all possible realities in a state of potential. Every possible event, outcome, or version of you exists as an energetic possibility until it is observed, focused upon, or chosen. In essence, the quantum field is a sea of infinite possibilities waiting to be shaped by consciousness. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza and other quantum thinkers describe as the field where energy becomes matter and intention shapes energy. In the double-slit experiment, scientists fire tiny particles like electrons or photons of light at a barrier with two slits in it, and they measure what pattern appears on the screen behind the slits. When no one observes which slit the particles go through, they behave like waves, creating an interference pattern, which is a series of light and dark bands, showing that each particle acts like it passed through both slits simultaneously. When observation or measurement is introduced, the results are astounding. When scientists place a detector to see which slit each particle goes through, the wave behavior collapses into particle behavior. The interference pattern disappears and the particles behave as if they only went through one slit. The act of observation changes the outcome. This phenomenon is called the collapse of the wave function, the moment when a field of potential transforms into a single concrete reality from wave to particle. Now, when we compare these concepts to manifestation, the parallel is striking. The unobserved particles in the double-slit experiment represent infinite potentials, the same as all the possible realities you could experience. The act of observation represents your conscious attention, focus, and belief. When you direct your awareness toward a desired outcome with certainty, emotion, and coherence, you collapse the wave of potential into a specific reality, much like the experiment's observation collapses the wave into a particle. Your focus and emotional energy observe a potential reality into existence. This aligns with the law of attraction and the law of resonance. You energetically attract what you are in vibrational alignment with. Your thoughts and emotions act like the observer effect, transforming invisible energy into visible manifestation. In the context of superposition, a quantum particle can exist in multiple states at once until observed, and it's also theorized that there are countless versions of you all existing on timelines that you can align with. The most successful version of you already exists. Your most fulfilling timeline already exists. The double-slit experiment implies that consciousness plays an active role in shaping physical reality. When you observe reality through faith, love, and elevated emotion, you align with higher vibrational frequency. This is why meditation, visualization, and emotional regulation are so essential for manifestation. In meditation, you can observe the quantum possibilities of your most fulfilling timeline. By emotionally embodying that new reality and feeling the gratitude and any associated feeling as if it's already true, you communicate a coherent signal with the quantum field. That coherence magnetizes experiences that match your energy. The double-slit experiment could be seen as the bridge between science and spirituality, the proof that reality is not fixed, but eternally evolving and responding to consciousness. When you master your focus and emotional state, you become the conscious observer shaping your world, no longer reacting to reality, but creating it intentionally from the field of infinite potential. When we're the conscious observer, we're also the creator collaborating with the highest divine intelligence of the universe. At the very foundation of the universe, even the tiniest building blocks don't make mistakes, they just exist in possibility. To give another scientific explanation that proves accidents don't exist, I'd like to include a clip from my video about the 10 facts that prove your existence is a miracle. Earth orbits the sun at just the right distance, not too hot, not too cold, for liquid water to exist, which is essential for life. A small shift in distance, atmosphere, or tilt would make life impossible. It's like the universe tuned the dials perfectly for life to appear. If gravity were slightly stronger, the universe would collapse. If gravity were slightly weaker, the universe wouldn't support life. There is a divine fine-tuning of balance. The universe is governed by physical constants such as gravity, electromagnetic force, etc. If any of these were slightly different, stars, planets, and life would have never formed. This is called the fine-tuning problem in physics, and it remains one of science's greatest mysteries. This leads me to my next point. Number 8, the anthropic principle. This principle in cosmology suggests that the universe appears designed to allow for the existence of observers like us. In other words, if the universe weren't so finely tuned for life, we wouldn't be here to question it. Your ability to ask, "Why am I here?" is evidence of the miracle. You can change the universe just by observing it. Quantum physics shows that the act of observation can alter the behavior of particles. This is known as the observer effect. This means that your awareness literally influences physical reality, suggesting that consciousness is not passive but participatory. The second law of thermodynamics says systems tend toward disorder. Yet life organizes itself, grows, and evolves, seemingly against the flow of entropy. Your very existence is a miraculous defiance of cosmic decay. Everything is unfolding with indescribable complexity and divine potential. So when your plans fall apart, when you feel lost, when you think nothing is going right, remember that you are not separate from the universe's divine design. You are a fractal of the design. Our choices and our changes matter, not because they were objectively right or wrong, but because we create a quantum ripple effect with every decision. Life isn't a test, it's a canvas for everlasting evolution to express a spectrum of color, energy, vibration, and frequency through your specific existence. Every decision and movement is a brushstroke in a masterpiece that you are uniquely co-creating with the universe because you're a fractal of the universe experiencing itself. An estimated 93% of the human body's composition is from elements that were formed in stars. Elements heavier than hydrogen and helium, such as carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, calcium, and iron, were forged in the cores of dying stars through the process of nuclear fusion. When those stars exploded as supernovae, they scattered these elements across the galaxy, eventually forming planets and life. I elaborate more on this in my video of the 10 facts that prove you're a miracle, but I'm mentioning this here because again, I want you to really process that the majority of the human body is composed of elements formed in stars. And if the universe dares to create with such vast imagination and courage, then this power is encoded within you. Embrace uncertainty as you remember that the universe doesn't wait for certainty before creativity. Trust the beauty of the quantum potential in this present moment where everything is in motion and nothing is wasted. There are no mistakes, only movement. Only the meaning you attribute. Only you. Let me invite you into a deeper truth, a truth that exists beyond what your senses can tell you. There are no accidents in the universe, and there never have been, because divine intelligence creates coherence that is always unfolding in a language that your logical mind hasn't learned to read. Quantum physics tells us that all potentials exist simultaneously. The only thing that determines which version of reality you experience is your energetic state of being, your thoughts, your emotions, your coherence, etc. And I talk more about that in this video. The universe is your mirror. When you perceive something as feedback instead of failure, you align with a completely different timeline because your electromagnetic field is more coherent. So, to every brilliant soul listening right now, recognize this as a sign that everything is working out in favor of your greatest potential. As a way of affirming your blessings, you can comment below, "Everything happens in favor of my greatest potential." And of course, let me know any other thoughts that you have. The unified quantum field is the divine intelligence that operates without judgment. It responds to energy, vibration, and frequency. I'd like to include a clip from my other video to further explain the signal that you are broadcasting into the quantum field. Thoughts and emotions produce measurable electrical and magnetic frequencies in the body. Gratitude, joy, confidence, unconditional love, and authenticity vibrate at high frequencies, while fear and greed vibrate lower. The universe responds by matching your state. This process can be referred to as the universal law of resonance, which exists at the intersection of quantum physics, neuroscience, and metaphysics. Neurons communicate through tiny electrical impulses called action potentials, which generate measurable electromagnetic fields. Emotional states respond to specific measurable patterns in brainwave frequency via EEG and heart rhythm coherence via HRV. So thoughts and emotions have measurable energetic signatures in terms of amplitude, frequency, and coherence. Here are some examples. Anxiety or fear are high beta brain waves. They are erratic heart rhythms. And calm focus is alpha. Love, compassion, or deep meditation is theta. And gamma is coherence across brain regions. Our emotions and thoughts affect our electromagnetic field that interacts with the quantum field, which brings me to my next key, number 2. Channel your focus as a master observer. In quantum physics, what you focus on influences what manifests. Your attention and intention collapses infinite probabilities into one experienced reality. Emotionally charged focus on lack reinforces the perception of scarcity, while emotionally charged focus on abundance, gratitude, and wealth creates an energetic alignment to the experiences that resonate at that energy. The reticular activating system, also known as the RAS, is a network of neurons in your brainstem that acts as a filter for incoming information. We're bombarded with millions of sensory inputs every second, but the RAS decides what is important based on what you focus on. If you set an intention, your RAS starts filtering reality to bring those opportunities into your awareness. This is why if you buy a red car, suddenly you start seeing red cars everywhere. The red cars were always there, but your RAS tuned your brain to notice them. In manifestation, this system works like your brain's perceptive reality selector, helping you align your perception with your intention. And in other words, quantum science shows that infinite possibilities exist, but the RAS helps your brain focus on to the one that you're energetically aligning with. Number 3, create coherence. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are aligned, your energy field becomes coherent, and coherence amplifies manifestation power. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls becoming magnetic. Every cell in your body generates electrical energy, especially the heart and the brain, which are measurable by EEG and EKG. The heart's electromagnetic field is the strongest in the body. Yes, it is stronger than your brain, and it extends several feet beyond you. When you practice visualization and gratitude while manifesting, your field broadcasts coherent high-frequency signals. These signals interact with the quantum field, essentially tuning your body like an antenna to match the frequency of your desires. High vibrational emotions like unconditional love, gratitude, joy, and authenticity create harmonious, coherent energy patterns, while low vibration emotions like fear and shame create chaotic, incoherent patterns. One of the most important things you can do in your entire life is learn how to regulate your nervous system and rewire your subconscious mind, which controls 95% of your thoughts, decisions, behaviors, and emotional responses. So now that we understand your electromagnetic field and its connection with the quantum field, I'd like to talk about one of the most beautiful parts, which is your power to navigate and evolve. You can shift your consciousness and body into a state where the past is no longer biologically stored and the future becomes uninhibited potential. Neuroscience shows us that the brain is adaptable and you're not hardwired to be anyone forever. Every time you choose a new thought, a new emotion, a new intention, a new identity, you rewire your neural circuitry and send a new signal into the quantum field. You begin to create your reality from divine design, not default. As I said earlier, the universe never makes mistakes, and you are a fractal of the universe experiencing itself. Your soul didn't take a wrong turn. You are exactly where you're meant to be to grow into the most fulfilled version of yourself. And also, thank you for being here on Divine Magic Art. If you like art, poetry, creativity, spirituality, and quantum theories like this, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm grateful for everyone here, and this is a new channel, so I'm looking forward to building a community of conscious, creative minds here on Divine Magic Arts. Returning to my main point, evolution by nature is perfection, and every moment is conspiring for your elevation. With that being said, I love sharing poetry in my videos, and I'd like to read something from my sketchbook that I designed. All of my sketchbooks, notebooks, and all artwork is on divinemagicart.com. The absence of accidents is a masterpiece. The universe creates music beneath the surface of our perception, and there has never been a disruption to the divine rhythm. You are also a part of the celestial melody. Nothing happens by accident, and no movement happens without purpose. Finally, science is catching up to the truth that this quantum field of intelligence is the alchemical realm where energy and intention manifests reality. In quantum physics, particles don't have a definite state until they are observed. They exist in a realm of pure potential, infinite possibilities, waiting to be chosen. Your consciousness determines what appears, and your faith dissolves your fears. You have never been a helpless observer. You are a powerful co-creator interacting with a quantum mirror that listens to your intentions and expresses your reflection. Heartbreaks, unexpected delays, and detours have never been meaningless destruction. The universe has always redirected you in accordance with coherence, and you are the universe experiencing itself. Life doesn't happen to you, it happens through you, and every perceived breakdown has been a breakthrough. The quantum field responds to your energetic embodiment, so trust that your detours are divine, and shadows indicate the location of light. When you elevate your energetic vibration, your entire life changes, of course, but you also generate a wave that ripples into the entire universe. Let the truth resonate with every cell within you. You have never been late, and the unique masterpiece of your life is calibrated on the absence of accidents. Isn't it magnificent that your brilliance can be rewritten? I would love to know how this resonates with you and any ideas that you have. Thank you for being here, and I don't just mean watching my channel, Divine Magic Arts. I mean thank you for being here on Earth. If you're interested to know the 10 scientific facts that prove your existence is a miracle, be sure to watch this video. I have a whole playlist here. Subscribe if you want to stay tuned, and until we meet again, remember that your life is full of divine magic.